What Women Binge, we're gonna review gummies, and not the really fun kind of gummies, just regular gummies, not the kind that get you all. What's up?
I don't know. Sugar gets me pretty giggly.
I know, that's me too.
I needed this. My brain felt fried.
Is this one of those AMSMR? What is it? With the if I do that, is that
Our poor sound guy right now.
people
Will's like,
people in their cars want to vomit?
what is it? Is it misophonia where you can't stand the sounds of people chewing?
By the way, what is it called though?
ASMR.
ASMR. I actually asked Alexa to play it the other day because I wanted to hear it while I was working. I was like, let me see if I can get it. I turned it off within maybe 10 seconds. It was so obnoxious. It was like a door opening and closing or a creak or of some sort. It was awful.
Usually it's people like eating or like there's people who do slime just for the sound.
So gross.
Or like
me chewing on these gummies right now.
Yes. And they paint squishies. So they like crunch them in a microphone.
And you like this?
No.
Okay,
I just
good.
know it exists.
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
I get served a lot of slime
these are
videos. I know, aren't they?
Watermelon.
The little marshmallowy bottom.
The watermelon is definitely my favorite because it's got that sweet and sour.
Yeah.
I do likey.
Twin snakes are like my favorite gummy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know that about you.
Yes. But the other day, so here in our office, my sister also works here. One day we should have her on because she's hilarious. She has a drawer in her office that is legitimately full of like 50 bags of gummy candies. And
you just attacked them.
We went to raid it just a few minutes ago, and it was locked.
She locked it on you. She knows you too well.
She had locked me out.
She locked your twin snakes up.
It's like her bedroom door when we were teenagers. She put a deadbolt on it because
Good for her. She knew you.
She was so smart.
You're stealing her purses and her belts and her shoes.
Really,
and
just
her hair
her clothes and her makeup. Okay,
and everything else.
Well, her shoes were too small for me, and she was shorter than me, so her pants never worked either. So. It's fine. But she put a deadbolt on it. But she had an extra key, and she hid it above my brother's bedroom door, like on the frame. And she didn't realize I'm the tallest person in the house. That is so easy for me to find.
If you knew it was there. She was counting on the fact that you didn't know.
Yeah, I totally knew it was there. It was never a problem to get in.
Well, we should have her on because I think in the next few weeks while this strike is ongoing.
And we can't talk about any of the fun
I found out we're not allowed to talk about like reviewing shows and movies.
Okay, well, I support you in everything you ever do. This is dumb.
I know. It's a little bizarre that I can't talk about other people's. Like, I feel like reviewing is not promoting. I understand not promoting it.
Sure, but
I think reviewing
talking about
things,
something we're excited about is...
Like, what if we did something what if we said something bad about something? That's not promoting it. That's just reviewing it, right?
It's just giving our honest opinions.
But I have to be careful, and I want to be in unity and solidarity. And so we're going to have some musicians and athletes, and we'll have to talk about some other fun topics. So
that's fine. I'm always willing to do that. I just feel like...
We can talk about anything.
Stifling people in their creativity is not
I know, helping. But it's all for the better good. That's the hopeful outcome. Following Sean Astin again. Sean Astin's been speaking and been loving his voice again, hearing him out there. But I had a big moment recently. I had my 20th anniversary with my hubby. So I actually am representing today the necklace he gave me on our wedding day. We weren't supposed to get each other wedding gifts.
Oh,
but
it's so beautiful.
He found out I got him something, which was just a pair of cufflinks from the jewelry designer who made our rings and my necklaces and my tiara, and Erica Courtney, and she had made him some simple cufflinks that I just wanted to give him. And he found out that I was giving him something, and he got so upset, and he ran out. We were in Italy getting married in the middle of Florence, and he went running out and went to Gucci and got me this necklace, this beautiful heart necklace.
It is beautiful.
It's gorgeous little diamond. So I was like, that was not what you were supposed to do. So he got mad at me for getting the cufflinks. I got mad at him for getting this. But it is my favorite necklace. And my earrings. These are my wedding earrings.
They're so dainty.
They are. And they were borrowed. They were my something borrowed from Erica Courtney. But a year later, on our first anniversary, he bought them for me. So I found
that is really
the tiara was
sweet.
borrowed too. So that ended up being my.
She made your tiara?
She made it and just let me borrow it. Yeah.
Wow.
Erica Courtney did my not my engagement ring, but she's redone my engagement ring, but she did our wedding bands, and she made me a necklace with his initials in it. So I have a necklace that matches the embroidery that was on my dress.
I love her pieces. They're
Macra
beautiful.
dress. And
that dress, I was watching the video you posted on Instagram the other day.
I posted our dance finally.
I
had our dance.
Stunning. Do you have that thing boxed up somewhere?
I do. It actually just knocked down the entire top of my closet recently. It was like leaning against the edge of like this molding on my closet, and the whole thing just came down. But yeah, I have it. It's lightly boxed because I always thought I would pull it out.
Preserved.
No, because I had said, no, I'm going to pull it back out. I wanted to do something with my veil. My veil has his initials on it, too, like our wedding initials, which is also his, like, I think his initials are Mark McFadden, MMW, and us together is like MMW with the W in the middle.
Aww.
So my necklace and the back of my veil, I wanted the Princess Diana veil, so the veil went beyond my dress.
Stop.
And then his initials, or our wedding initials,
what is that?
are
That's
embroidered.
cathedral length?
Yeah, I think it's cathedral. And I had a full length blusher, which was I should not have done that. I regret that.
Why?
Because I couldn't see anything out of it in general.
Did you not pull it up?
So I had my mom and my dad walk me down with a bouquet under the full blusher. So it was like a lot of stuff in front of me, an arm on each side. And I kept trying to, I think I was smushing my face against the veil to try to see. All I really wanted to see was his reaction.
And you couldn't.
And I couldn't see him. And the photographers were only looking at me. Nobody got a picture of him looking at me. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, no.
All the video cameras are facing me. All the photographers are facing me. And getting like me walking down the aisle, and I'm just trying to see him, and I'm like smushing, it was like that. All I could see was white veil, and I'm smushing my face against it, trying to see him. I probably looked ridiculous under there.
Is there lipstick all over your veil now?
Probably. But then I got up there, and then trying to pull that thing all the way back from the floor up over the tiara, down the back, and it was a lot. But I did have the long cathedral veil, and with his initials in there, so I always imagined that I would take my veil and make it a pillow. Like you could probably do this. I want a really pretty bed pillow.
I'm not committing to anything right now.
I know, you're overly creative. Your creative juices have been zapped. You're like having a serotonin
meltdown.
Like a calm down.
I'm living deep inside my brain today.
You just had a big creative.
Yeah, it was really fun. I can't tell anybody what it is yet.
I know.
But they'll see soon.
You made a tree and a poppy.
I did.
Giant poppy, like the size of me.
It was 8 feet tall. I had to shorten it because the friend I made it for is a nugget like you. And but it was beautiful. The vision really came together. We had an awesome group of people working on this shoot that we did, and everyone will get to see it soon enough. Yeah. I'm excited to share it. But I'm zapped.
Yeah, but
one day
you could take my veil,
yes,
and put it over a pretty pillow and make me a little bed pillow.
Give me 2 weeks.
I'll give you 2 weeks. Because it's been sitting in a box. So I took my dress to the dry cleaner and was like, I need this package, but I don't want it heavily packaged. I'm going to take it out. And they said, no, you won't. I literally fought with them. And I said, yes, I will. I am not one of those girls. I am going to wear my wedding dress again. And I am going to use this veil for some creative project down the line. I am going to probably have a party where everyone wears their wedding dresses. And they're like, no, you won't. And I was like, yes, I will. And they're like, no, you won't. I'm like, yes, I will. Never opened it once. It's been 20 years. What? Who was right? Not me.
I opened mine on our 10-year anniversary, and I took it to our photographer here in Nashville, Mandy Johnson. She's amazing. If anybody in Nashville ever needs great portraits done. And I had my kids' pictures all taken with it.
With your wedding dress?
Yes. Oh, so, like, my son has on my husband's bow tie, which he was 5, I think, at the time, 5 or 6. And so it's as big as his head because my husband is a bigger man, so he had a giant bow tie for our wedding. I mean, I loved it, but it is huge. Yeah. And so it's massive on him. And then the girls, they were, 2 or 3. And so I have them like with the dress held up, and they're just in their diapers and little diaper covers, and they've got the dress and hair bows on. It was really precious.
See, now I'm like, once I realized I was having all boys and I didn't have anyone to pass my wedding dress on to, but the next generation never really likes your stuff anyway. I feel like it'd be better off for like a granddaughter.
Okay, but your dress is a different story. This isn't like, your dress is like nothing I've ever seen before.
Really?
It is timeless.
Someone else wrote that on Instagram, which I thought was so nice. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like,
there's nothing trendy about it. There's nothing that I would look at it and say.
It was Macra, who I had, funny enough, a lot of my friends, Beth Broderick, who played Aunt Zelda, like they were all getting married around the same time, which was around 2000, maybe 99, 2000, somewhere in there. So it was like my thing to read wedding magazines on airplanes because I traveled with them so much. And wedding magazines was like my comfort place and whatnot. And I'd always rip things out and save them in a file for myself.
I still have my wedding binder.
I'm sure I have it somewhere.
With all the magazine pullouts.
Oh, I have the one for my wedding, but I also have like all the ones that I thought I would use. But I, funny enough, I had this Remacra dress picked out of a magazine, and it was my number one choice, but it was long sleeve. It was the exact same dress that I had, but long sleeves, and it sort of had like I think a little bit of a spiky shoulder,
kind
maybe
of a
like
point.
a thing,
like Aurora style.
Yeah. But I was getting married in Italy in July, so I was like, I cannot wear this. But we called up the dressmaker, we called it Remacra, and she was like, "Oh, I have that version in a strapless," and I was like, "Perfect." Went in, tried it on, boom. She made it for me. She cut a tie for Mark from the same fabric because I wanted it to reflect the same in the photos, so his tie would match my dress, and actually, it was a big, though, at the time. That's probably the one thing that's really, his suit is very showing of the time period because it was like looser.
Yes.
You know, suits back then were a little looser. The tie was a little bit big. Like it was a bulky, it wasn't a bow tie, it was a tie, but it was.
The bigger knot.
The bigger knot, yeah. And then the other thing that I think is kind of telling, because I don't really have my makeup artist, Erin, who did my makeup on Sabrina and is now like one of the most award-winning makeup artists. We have to have her on at some point. She's incredible. But she did it very simple, very classic, but my eyebrows are like the giveaway. They're really, really skinny, little spermy looking eyebrows. You know. But I don't really like, I don't have like heavy lipstick on.
Like
I looked
twin
at the
snakes. Hang on.
Go for your twin snakes.
Watch this.
Wait, you're going to do my eyebrows with twin snakes? That's exactly what my eyebrows look like. Twin snake sperm. It's exactly.
There you go.
Look. That's exactly what my eyebrows look like at my wedding day. What? And then you eat them. But I was watching my wedding cake cutting. I've never really watched my video before, by the way.
Yeah.
I have like one long video. And I watched a little bit of it the other day and I put it together and I put it on Instagram for those that want to see. But the wedding cake cutting, I looked at my nails. I didn't even have my nails painted. They were just plain, which I think is interesting. They were short and plain filed. They were like maybe
Mine
nude
were
color,
very
but-
short and nude.
or maybe
pale
I think
pink.
I think mine were what do you call it? Like a
They didn't look like this.
clear. They didn't,
Do you see this?
Oh yeah, this is like the worst your nails have ever looked. Let me show you.
Uh-huh.
What'd you do, girl?
I've
You've
been working
with
all
your
week.
hands.
And I was determined that I wasn't going to go spend the money on them until I got done with this project. And
What was it? Floam? What were you using?
A lot of spray foam.
It was
The
Floam.
great
yeah.
stuff.
I like it.
It's so good.
I know you look like you were having fun with that.
It was really fun. Yeah, my nails were it wasn't a thing. People didn't do nails all the time. Or maybe we just were too broke.
Well, we didn't do like
I don't know.
I think tips and stuff weren't really. They were expensive. They were hard to do.
It was not a thing.
No, and I wasn't gonna have like big red nails or anything. Or
Brows definitely were not a thing.
yeah, my wedding colors were like mint green or like sage green and purple. I wasn't gonna do my nails in the colors of the wedding.
My friend Crystal had those same colors.
Really?
Yes. It was like eggplant and sage.
Yeah, mine was like a true
Mine was
violety purple.
Oh God, my wedding was so ADD. Tiffany blue, red, yellow, white, and a hint of black and brown.
That's a lot of colors.
But it was beautiful.
See, I only wanted the sage and white, but then I was like, I need a pop of color, and I was looking through a Vera Wang. She had a wedding book.
Which I still own.
Yeah.
To this day,
Yeah.
my wedding cake
Me
is
too.
straight out of the wedding book.
My wedding bouquet was a big purple bouquet of flowers, and
I
that
had the
purple
one
became the pop.
with the sugar paste flowers and butterflies. It's like one of the big ones in the book.
Oh yeah.
So I did that exact cake, except they used fresh flowers, but I still had the sugar paste butterflies.
So my cake got ruined because it was supposed to be a baker out of Brooklyn, but things went awry and we parted ways a week before the wedding and I had no cake. So in Italy, I got introduced to a cake maker there, but I didn't really want a cake. What I wanted was, at the time, Martha Stewart was huge and cupcakes, like
the
cupcake
cupcake
towers
trend
and things
was
like that.
big.
But we were in Italy and Mark and I both love cannoli. So we were going to have a cannoli cake, like all stacked up. So you could just pick a cannoli off the top.
Man, I love a cannoli.
And that's what I wanted to do. And you know, I was able to relay that to Americans, but in Italy it got a little harder with the translation to say that. So I said I want a small cake because I want to cut something, like I want the traditional cut, but I want the cannoli tower. So my wedding day comes and the cake is like, and it was supposed to have like gold on it with a little bit of purple accent. It ended up being a purple and white cake. Oh, and I said I wanted a short fat cake, just a short little thing to cut. And they said, we don't do short fat here. I got translated, yelled at, like, no, they won't do that. And I was like, well, why? And they said, they will do tall and skinny, but they will not do short and fat. That just means you're poor. And I was like, okay, I'll do a tall, skinny cake. I don't care, but I just want it for like, I don't need it for all 85 people. I want it for like 20 people.
Did you get like a 6-tier giant?
No, I ended up with like a little, it ended up being a short, fat cake, actually.
You poor person.
I'm so poor. But it was like white with like purple piping. So it wasn't like the prettiest thing.
White with purple piping?
And we had it was a white cake with just purple piping around it, really. And like some decorative accents. Like it was pretty, but it wasn't like what I wanted. And the top of it was supposed to be like these angels. Well, because it was last minute, we had no cake topper. So Mark and I run to the Uffizi, the museum in Florence.
And just pick something?
And we got our cake toppers, which I still have, are Venus and David. So the statue of David.
I love that.
And then there's Venus. So those were our cake toppers. And then the cannolis ended up on a tray flat on the table.
No tower.
Nobody ate them. I didn't even eat one. I forgot they were there because you don't see, they're like next to the cake. You kind of don't see the tray of cannolis.
You missed the whole cannoli.
I didn't have a cannoli on my wedding night.
That's so sad.
Doesn't that suck? That's fine. It was actually, before we got married,
this is as sad as the no pies when you were pregnant.
No pies when I was pregnant. That's Mark's fault. But
you should get cannolis now every year on.
I should get cannolis on my anniversary.
Why don't you?
Where should I have gone on? So here's what we did for our anniversary.
It's not too late. We're only like a week.
So our 20th
behind.
Anniversary, I always thought like our 5-year, we're going to make it amazing. Our 10-year is going to be incredible. Our 15-year. We finally went back to Italy on our 15th anniversary and we took the kids. That was a big mistake. I thought that somehow little boys would be just as excited as like maybe a 20-year-old girl would be to see where her mother got married. Nope. They couldn't give a crap. They just wanted to be in the pool and they only wanted to eat plain pasta with butter.
And gelato.
And gelato all day long. But that was our 15-year. Our 10-year, I think we spent in New York. Yeah, our 10-year, we were in New York City. We got a hotel. We were living in Connecticut. His parents watched the kids. We went into the city, spent like 3 nights at a hotel shopping, and then had friends at the boathouse in Central Park.
Lovely.
Which is one of the places I wanted to get married. So for the 10-year anniversary, it was nice to have like a fancy dinner with our friends.
Is it back open? It closed down for a while.
I believe that someone else opened it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think so. But
it's kind of like a thing. I feel like
oh my God, I love it.
Everyone needs to go to the boathouse in Central Park.
No, wait. We went to Tavern on the Green.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go there too.
Yeah. But then our 15-year was Italy. And then for our 20th, it was basically our gift to each other was Africa.
Yes.
Trip to Africa. But since it was our actual anniversary, I was like, it's our 20th. Like, we can't not do something. So we got a hotel room downtown. Talk about a staycation.
Was it wonderful?
It was really wonderful, but it was so weird because Mark, I didn't pack enough underwear to work out. Like, I didn't know we were going to be working out and sweating. So
who works out on their
we did a workout.
staycation?
You know what? My husband does, and I was like feeling a little bloated after breakfast, and I was like, I'll go walk on the treadmill. So I did a 30-minute run, and the next thing you know, I was like, I don't have another pair of clean underwear. So he was going home to pick something up, and I was like, can you get me some underwear? So he ran home and got me underwear.
How romantic.
I know. That's my 20th. No, and then we went to the Assembly Food Hall downtown. Yeah. So for those that don't know, I didn't know this until recently, that behind Broadway, so Broadway is like where...
5th and Broad.
5th and Broad, yeah.
Yeah.
Broadway, though, until I moved here, I had no idea that it was called Broadway. But like the downtown honky-tonks of Nashville are on Broadway. So I know it's confusing with like Broadway shows on Broadway, New York. But Broadway here is like downtown honky-tonk area, like woohoo
Tourist
girls.
city.
Yeah. Cowboys and woohoo girls and whatnot. And it's like a mix of like Bourbon Street with Vegas with the Wild West. I don't know. It's bizarre. But it's fun. It's fun. And there's a lot going on. And there's this area behind Broadway called the Assembly Food Hall. It's a huge food court, but it's all the best restaurants from Nashville. So I wanted a poke bowl and he wanted a burger from Pharmacy.
And you can get
you can get Princess Hot Chicken, or you can get some pho, or you can get sushi, or you can get the cookie dough. I do like the cookie dough.
It's delicious.
So I got a poke bowl and he got a burger, and then
they also have a
he got a
snow cone
lobster
stand.
roll. Oh, they have a cotton candy stand too. Yeah, they have good stuff there. So we did that, and then on the way out, we stopped at Justin Timberlake's 12:30 Club.
Yeah,
and where we've been many times.
Yes,
and made a reservation for dinner. Went back that night. It was funny though because while we're sitting there, Mark I think was more excited about the fact that the whole SEC sportscasters,
they were all there.
They had the private room where we did the podcast with Abby and Jamie. What was that podcast called? It was the Titans.
Gosh.
It was something about the Titan. It related to the Titans. But we did a podcast recording in that same room, and here go and I know Paul Feinbaum from Mark talking about him. Like anyone that knows Alabama knows Paul Feinbaum, and he walked past. I almost jumped up and grabbed him and went, Paul, meet Mark. Just because I knew that'd be a huge thrill. But they all walked past, and they kept walking past. But this is so funny because I think I've talked about this before, maybe even when Mark was on the podcast. He and I have no secret language. We have no like wink, wink, and we know what that means. We have no like lay the finger on the side of the nose and know it. Like we have no like.
You can't read each other's minds.
We're so stupid when it comes to that stuff. It's like it makes me mad that we, after 21 years together, we have no secret language. And here, this SEC guy is walking past. He sees someone behind me, and he goes, "Oh, there's so and so." And someone is about to walk past us, and he looks like a big guy who maybe
and he's hoping you see him.
I'm hoping he sees him.
Oh,
I'm watching him come towards me, but I can't be like, "Look behind you." He's right there. And he's got the SEC pin on, so I know he's somebody. I have no idea who he is. No, and I go like this. I slap him on the leg under the table, and I point like this. Like I give a point.
As if he can see through the table?
No, but like we're in a booth.
Oh,
so he can see the hand, but that guy can't, right? Like the guy's walking this way, and I'm using my left hand, and he's on my right, and I slap Mark, so he looks down at my hand, and I start pointing. And he goes, what? And he starts looking under the table. He starts like ducking. He's like, what? What is the matter? What are you saying? What's under there? Are you okay? I was like, you're an idiot.
It's the seal meme or the gif of the seal. It's like, look natural. Don't be too obvious. And the seal goes by.
But I was like, finally he walks by and I'm like, who is that guy? And he's like, oh, that's the commissioner. And I was like, dude, he's like, what were you hitting me for? I'm like, that. I was trying to get you to look. Like, I was like, and then I'm like, oh, great 20th anniversary. We have no game.
See, it's the opposite in our relationship. I can look across the room and make eye contact with Logan, and he's instantly like,
he knows exactly what's going on.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mark has no, like, we could be.
Weirder than me and Logan, though, is Logan and his best friend who's also sitting in here. The two of them, they don't even have to make eye contact. They'll just both be sitting there, not even looking at each other, not looking at their phones, and all of a sudden you'll just hear them both go. I'm like, are you telepathic? Yeah. What is happening?
I know. I'm just like, I get so confused, like why we can't have any sort of like, we'll be at a party and I'll be like winking like crazy.
And he's like,
what's in your eye?
Yeah. Are you having a seizure right now?
What are you doing? I'm like, oh. Or I can be like, and I get louder and louder. And he's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, stop. Like, we have no game. We can't, there's nothing.
But you and I have had our moments where, like, especially when we're traveling, when we're both trying to keep our cool, and I'll like look at you like,
I feel like we can like.
Well, you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think you and I have a better relationship when it comes to that stuff than me and my husband. It's sad, but true. And it's okay. I've learned to accept it. But after 20 years, it was a little like, oh, he doesn't even get my little subtle signal. Hey, dude, you might want to look to your left.
I feel like this is something you need to address
I've tried so many times. I've tried to come up with secret codes, things
and
we
there
can
needs
say.
to be words. At our party, whenever we go into a party, there's always a code word for us to get out of it. Like
pineapple. Amanda, did you know that 80% of your immune system is located in your gut and digestive tract?
I only know that now because our new sponsor, FirstForm, makes such a big deal about that with their product, Opti-Greens 50.
Yeah, Opti-Greens 50 is a precisely formulated green superfood powder. And it's great for your healthy digestion, which is so important for overall health and wellness.
Literally everything in your body. And this product is not only really effective, but it tastes so good. Can we talk about that wild berry flavor? I'm here for it.
It's not gritty, and it's from natural flavors.
Yeah,
and they're so confident in the flavor that if you don't like it, they'll offer 110%. 110%
it's
money
crazy.
Back guarantee.
Yeah, all you got to do is tell them it's not for me and send it back. No problems there. But y'all, you're not going to want to send it back. It's delicious.
It's delicious. Opti-Greens 50 has 50 hand-chosen ingredients, and it's effectively dosed. It's not necessarily how many ingredients. The more important point is that they're the right amount of each ingredient. And 100% of the greens ingredients are all grown and manufactured here in the USA.
Which we love.
We love that. They also have protein meat sticks. I took some of this with me to Africa on my trip.
It's amazing
and
for
it was
that.
great just to have those meat sticks. Are super awesome protein. They keep you full. They're delicious. They were just great to have for me and the boys.
And the protein bars are equally as delicious. Oh, yeah, my kids even love them.
Protein bars are delish. Great flavors, amazing, yummy. Loved it. So all you have to do is go to firstform.com/MJH. It's 1stphorm.com/MJH.
And if you order now, you get free shipping through this link on any orders over $75.
Yeah, so check it out. And thanks, First Forum, for sponsoring What Women Binge. We've talked about weddings, but I want to talk about parties.
I love parties.
I always say if I wasn't an actor, I'd be a party planner because I love a good party.
Our assistant Jen is also like the world's like best party planner. My kids love going to her parties. In fact,
I love a theme. I love trying to get really into
yes,
theme. I mean, I've
she
gotten
does
lazy.
little things where
with
everything's
kids.
labeled.
Yeah, or like I think we talked about this before where like Mason's first birthday party was a green party.
Yes.
But I made it like snakes and frogs and like green things. And then Brady's was bubbles, balls, and balloons and everything round.
That's so
like I wasn't
cute.
going to waste a good theme, but at the same time I wanted a theme. But I think I've talked about some of these parties before, but I brought photos this time.
Get me.
So since there's a big movie out right now about this doll that's been popular since the 60s.
Yeah.
I remembered that
Who shall not be named.
the doll that the actor shall not name this week. I threw this party for my best friend Kimmy Kim, who did wardrobe on Sabrina.
Oh, we have heard about this party before on here.
And I have
I've
photos
never seen
now.
the pictures.
So these are the Barbies. So we all dress as a different Barbie, right? And I'm in like some kind of glamorous Barbie. She's like Moulin Rouge Barbie. Then our other friend is like steampunk Barbie. Then you have like Indian Barbie. I mean, we had like my mom was the Barbie nobody wanted. Like we have some Barbies. We'll put these up so everybody can see them too. But it was a fantastic party. So we had this great limo.
Do you still have this outfit?
I do. It's actually made by Eduardo Lucero, who also made that same skirt. So this one is purple and pink that I'm wearing.
This is gorgeous.
He made the same skirt in a different color for my rehearsal dinner. I loved Eduardo Lucero.
You get to wear that
designer.
halter top. That is so cute.
Here we are by the limo that we were in, but it's like one of these 50s limos. Wait, I'll hold it up here. It's
Oh
like
my
one of these
gosh.
limos where everybody faces forward. So it's like a
Yes.
I think it's like 50s or 60s. It's like an Elvis Presley style. See, so we're all facing forward. It's sort of like
What year was this?
a station wagon. This is, let's see, you know what? On the back of the prints, it probably says, like in the old-fashioned days. No, it does not.
No, it doesn't.
This must have been like 1999. I mean, Kimmy still lives in the same house.
You have on very small sunglasses. That's why I'm.
Very small sunglasses, do I?
Well, usually you wear very oversized sunglasses, and these are like
Oh, I think they're pink Chanel's.
they're cute.
Yeah, but that was our, look, here's our group of girlies all dressed up as Barbies. But like we had, the Barbie theme cakes where you put the Barbie in there and the skirt is the cake.
I love that you actually have photo albums too.
I know. I used to do photo albums before I had kids and I had time. That's the other thing. I want to be a scrapbooker, but I can't be a scrapbooker until I actually scrapbook again in my life. Oh my gosh. So we picked Kimmy up. Oh, we had a lipstick pinata
Cute.
shaped like a lipstick. She came to my house. I had every Barbie doll like all around the house. Oh, I had a life-size Barbie doll like welcoming people in. It was my sister's. And then we had like, Ken was jumping in the pool of cookies and we had cocktails on the balcony as the sun went down. Like here's a great one of the balcony of the sun going down, like, where that was the view from the top of my house. So we started at my house. We did a progressive party. And here's Ken in the bowl of cookies in his swimsuit. Doesn't really look like Ryan Gosling. It's a brunette Ken. Oh, you know what? I think this Ken was the one that changed hair colors.
Oh, and
I think this is the one that, I think it
I wanna
changed
see
hair
this.
colors, right? So he's jumping in. I mean, I put pictures of Kimmy up all over in our adventures together.
Hysterical.
We had a lot. And then I took life-size Barbie and some cupcakes that I had made.
I didn't have a lot of toys growing up, but I had 3 life-size Barbie, or my size. That's what they were called.
My size?
And I had one that
She is about my size.
they're like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
And
I'm
their
not much
clothes
taller.
would stretch to
I'm such
fit
an
you.
actress.
Like, I mean, a kid, but not a.
I'm
They
such
might
an
fit
actress.
you.
I'm pretending she's hitting me.
You're so dramatic.
But I'm obviously sneaking out of
you
the house
holding
after a few
cupcakes,
drinks.
too?
Holding cupcakes with a doll slapping me. Then we went to my mom's house where my mom had made a lovely lasagna dinner. But first, we jumped on the trampoline. And then my mom served dinner. Yep. We jumped on the trampoline. Kimmy's actually, what we did was with this, so this is Kimmy's, we were talking about wedding dresses. Kimmy, the birthday girl, wore her wedding dress top. And actually, Erin had dyed hers to be pink. And everybody wore like their corsets. And so Kimmy's actually wearing her
so cute
garter belt there from her wedding. We kind of all put on some wedding stuff. And then we had a lovely sit-down dinner where my mom served with her missing shoe. She served us all dinner. And then we went to Erin's house where we... and we had some fun.
Oh, this definitely was the 90s because look at the fluffy pins.
Oh,
like
fluffy
the
pins.
Clueless pin.
Well, everything had to be as Barbie as possible.
That's hilarious.
Why. I'll leave these for you. We can put these up on like our YouTube channel or
we definitely,
Instagram.
Every time I went to Claire's or Limited 2 at that time in my life, I had to buy the Cher pin with the little floof on the end.
See, I never had those things, but for something like this, I would do it. Have we talked about my masquerade party?
We have talked about it, but I've never actually seen the photos.
Let me show you the photos. But this photo album was done by my friend Carrie. Funny enough, she gifted me this. This is
this is dramatic.
This is a full-on scrapbook.
In charge.
Yes, this is a big old book, and actually, unfortunately, the ribbon's coming undone. But we had prepped for this party for almost a year. We did dance classes. We did mask making parties. We did costume rental days where we had the costume rental company come out, and then because we worked on a big fancy TV show, we could do all this. So after work, certain days, we'd be like, everybody show up these 4 days and we'll do dance classes. So we did dance classes.
Oh my gosh.
My dress was custom built by the Sabrina wardrobe department. It was meant to look like, do you ever see the movie Dangerous Beauty?
Of course.
Which is an amazing story of the courtesans of Venice, Italy. And so this is the information for it. So here's the address. Here's the invite. It looks like Mardi Gras, right? It's like a Mardi Gras
really
invite.
cute. Yeah.
And then, but that wasn't enough info. It's like, here was where it is, when, and come in your Venetian costume or black tie, masks required. And then we had to include all this information. This is a lot like my wedding. We had to include a lot of information for my wedding. So it says costumes will be available for rental on December 20th, 1:30 to 8 p.m. at Paramount Studios. If you're not part of the Sabrina crew, please call for a drive-on. Security is tight. They will not let you in. Costume rentals range from $45 to $125. Masks ranging from $1 to $60 can be purchased as well. Costumes rented must be returned by Wednesday, January 9th. If you cannot make it, here are a few suggestions for costume shops. And then here's a bunch of stores and online places where you could go get masks. Some of them were like, I think mine came from Vegas, actually, from like the Venetian in Vegas. But some masks are from actually Italy. Dance lessons. We had 4 dance lessons, December 10th, 11th, 17th, and 20th at 5 p.m. Come, feel free to join.
So did you learn like...
We learned the dance from the movie, what's the Shakespeare in Love?
Stop it.
We had a choreographer teach us the dance from Shakespeare in Love. So it's like you go like this, you switch partners, you move over here. Then you do like the tunnel thing where you go under the tunnel and you come out.
Why does no one do that? It's because we have children now.
It's because we have children. Because you know what? The next year I was like, all right, next year we're doing Gatsby. And I never did it. This is New Year's 2001. We took my mom's house, and I mean, I had the party planner that I then ended up hiring for my wedding years later. This is the table of masks where you could grab a mask if you didn't have one. This is what they took my mom's outside of her house and draped it in red velvet drapery, like a huge tent. And then they put these stations, carving stations, Italian like artwork behind them, silver platters.
Oh my word.
I mean, the makeup and hair people came and got us ready. My friend Erin, of course, got me ready as usual, like she did for everything else in my life. The bread, the carving station, the charcuterie.
This is like a wedding.
Oh my gosh, it was bigger than my wedding. It actually cost more. Look at my mom's dress, is insane.
Wow.
That's my boyfriend. Let's not look at him. Because shortly after that, I think like 3 weeks later, I break up with him. Yeah, so we had like so much fun. Everyone came in costume. I had shuttles. Actually, that part of the invitation, there might be more on the back of it because I had limo service for everyone, so no one drove. I had 5 limos running all night long, all around LA. We had 300 people at this. My wedding was only 85.
Oh,
I mean, here's the same group of girls from the Barbie Party, pretty much. And I mean, we did the dances. Oh, here's Soleil and her niece. We haven't had Soleil on here yet. We have to have Soleil on. This is like the entire crew from Sabrina. Really, there's Elisa Donovan and her boyfriend at the time. This was my ballet teacher. This is my dentist.
Look at her headdress. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. She was very dramatic.
We'll have to post some of these pictures too, because I've never seen anything
Some
like this.
people came in drag. I mean, it was like, this was my yoga teacher. He was a Bikram yoga instructor. They got married that night.
That
Funny
night?
enough, yes. I mean, it was like,
At the party?
No, right before they came to the party. They came to the party and were like, guess what? We just got married. We were like,
Like they just went to the courthouse?
I think they went to the beach, Malibu or something.
Oh, okay.
And on New Year's, they got married. But like, here's some of us dancing, but of course we all wore comfy shoes underneath. I actually ended up cutting the sleeves off my dress because my sleeves were cutting into me and like killing me. Oh, here's the dance. So like, here we are going under. My little sister was too small to wear a mask, so we had to paint a mask on her eyeballs. Like, I painted it on her face as makeup.
How old was she?
She was like 5 or 6. I mean, it was so fun. Like, we're doing the hands together thing. Right?
That is
like
so cool. We need to throw a big party like this.
Then the DJ kicked in and everybody started dancing at like 11 p.m. This is the big champagne toast, everybody kissing. I did the countdown up at the DJ's booth. And then we lined up because it's our tradition to do lentil soup for good luck. So everybody lined up. See, there are some of the kisses. Actually, broken up. There's everybody that came. Oh, and then my mom is friends with like a lot of Broadway stars, so we started just dance partying. So I danced with some people that I didn't really know very well all night.
Hey.
And that's when, I had to cut my sleeves off because I was like, it was killing me. Couldn't do it. I couldn't wear the sleeves anymore. Anyway, lentil soup tradition. So we had a big bowl. Look, my boyfriend at the time is like, ew, soup. But everyone got a big gold spoon and 1 spoonful of lentil soup.
That's hilarious.
And then we just danced the night away until it was time to leave. And a bunch of
Tell me you're not Southern
up.
without telling me you're not Southern.
What?
Lentil soup for New Year's.
Oh, I know. Instead of black
eyed peas and collard greens and ham.
I used to have both from work, but now I don't.
Oh, that's one of my favorite meals.
He's given up on his traditions.
Sad.
It's okay. I like my lentil soup. It works. These were cards I got that night. I kept everything. Yeah. It was awesome. And then everybody got home safely because we had a limo service.
This scrapbook. This is
and this
beautiful.
is because my friend Carrie, who helped me plan like every minute of it, not to mention she helped plan
we need to like
entire
scan these
wedding.
in so everybody can see and appreciate the detail.
I want Carrie to come in and talk to us because Carrie...
We should plan a What Women Binge party.
We should. Oh my God, I love that
Big
idea.
one.
And I still want to do my Great Gatsby party. I want there to be a password. And you have to knock on the door.
It could be a What Women Binge Gatsby party.
That's true. I want a bathtub, a true bathtub, clawfoot bathtub full of gin.
I feel like that's easily achieved.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, everybody's doing Gatsby parties now. I feel like I was invited to like 3 last year, so I feel like
did you go?
Yeah, I did. It was fun.
Oh, you did,
but I would do like more of like a speakeasy. Like, I'd probably have fake cops raid it.
You want to... Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no, I want to raid.
That would be
there has to be a raid.
So fun.
For sure.
That would be really fun.
Like, I want the bathtub and everybody scoops it out and like drinks straight from the bathtub and nothing but gin. Maybe some whiskey. But I just feel like we need to like follow some things from Gatsby in the 20s.
I'm a gin girl.
We have to dance we'd have to take lessons and learn the real Charleston.
Oh, actually... I have no rhythm. I'm not a great dancer, as evidenced by that one time we tried to do a TikTok dance. That went well.
You did a great job.
What's with our?
Did you not dance
faces?
in pageanty?
No. Oh, so I had to, but I was the girl who would always stay behind at rehearsals and beg the choreographer to walk through it with me. I don't know if it's the dyslexia, what it is, but I have no natural rhythm. When I tried to do cheerleading in high school, there's a reason.
Maybe because you're so tall.
Well, I'm sure that has something to do with it. Controlling noodles is not an easy thing to do. There's just not, it's not in me.
What did you say? What's wrong with our faces? But before, by the way,
have you watched our faces in the video? We're both like,
we're being goofy. It's when you're overthinking the dance moves, you always make weird faces. It's like, I notice when Mark plays guitar and he's really thinking about it, you know, those guitar players, we just assume that like.
And we're looking up, both of us, for some reason. It's wild.
Maybe it's because we were watching the video on a different video.
No, we were like looking.
Were we just looking up? Because we're trying not to look at each other because I had to pull my shirt off and do the thing. Anyway, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, where is it? It's on our Instagram somewhere.
I'm sure it is.
It's way back. I brought some pictures too from this party I had, my 26th birthday party right before I met. Was this like? No, this must have been my 24th birthday party. But yeah, that's me. I had like. I like to call it the Greek orgy. It was not an orgy, but there's really no other way to explain it because it was like
I think we can come up with some better words.
The Greek party. It's not as fun.
The big fat Greek party.
The big fat Greek party. So I had fire throwers. I had fanboys by the pool. We had reflexologists and massage therapists. At night, the flamethrowers came out. I mean, it was an all-day rager by my pool. I'm trying to find, like, there's not, like, a great picture to describe it, but, like, it was by my pool, and there was just catering, and it was all, like, they walked around with, like, grape leaves, and can I fan you?
Yeah,
And then at
you
night,
can.
it just got, like, crazy, and it really did turn into kind of a big poop fest of people had a little too much fun and wouldn't leave. And
have to kick
some
people
drama
out?
went down. And yeah, there was people being kicked out. There were people showing up that weren't supposed to be there. There was a lot going on.
So it was like a Hollywood party like you see in the movie.
It was like a Hollywood party. I did accidentally throw like a true oh, look, Allison Hannigan was there apparently. We were buddies for like a year or two, but then I left LA and she went on to do How I Met Your Mother, which I love that show so much. Yeah, wait, what does it say? Happy birthday, Melissa. It doesn't really tell you how old I am. I was hoping it was going to say how old. I think I must be 24. But yeah, it was all in my house. Look, there's my witch's brew sign that hangs in my Tahoe house.
Why do you look like you're 12 there?
I always look like I'm 12 until I was an old lady recently. Oh, look, there's the belly dancers. We did some belly dancing. Everyone had to put the chain, the wrap on that had the chains.
We did that for my sister's birthday this year. She wanted to go to this one restaurant in Orlando where they have a belly dancer and they let you get on the table and you throw these stacks of paper napkins into the air.
Oh.
It's really fun.
It was awesome. Yeah, and I just this was just like a party. I mean, it wasn't like we were all dressed in theme. It was more of a yard
This
party
looks like
that
a
had
dinosaur
a
foot, by the way.
I think it's a dried flower. Right?
It's like a leaf, but it's.
You know what I don't have pictures of is my Gilligan's Island party, which
This
I
is
know
what
I've
I
talked about
imagine
before
pterodactyl feet look like.
There you go. Probably a little bigger. But the Gilligan's Island party was
There's Scott Wolf.
was super fun. Is it?
Isn't that who that is?
No, that's David Lasher.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking.
They look a lot alike.
They look a lot alike. Oh my gosh, you're so famous. Look at all your famous friends.
Actually, you know what? I do have one where January Jones and Ashton Kutcher were dating. They came to my 22nd birthday party.
This looks like somebody gave birth on your lounge chair.
Whose baby is that? Wait, let me see. Let me see it. I think it might be my stepmom and my sister. Oh yeah, it's my stepmom and my baby sister. It's Mackenzie.
It's adorable, but it's
Wait, I'll find it here.
You're surrounded by all these people, and here's this woman.
Well, here's 3 kids. I think this is David Lasher's daughter, and Allie and Sammy, my sisters, who are now in their 20s. Oh, so long ago. Oh my gosh. There's Mackenzie, my sister with my dad.
Oh my gosh. She's so little.
Yeah, she was a little tot. She was probably 3, maybe? Wait, I was 24? Oh my gosh.
Okay, you have like no makeup on. You legitimately look like you couldn't be more than 16, even though you're clearly closer to 30. This is not fair.
No, I was like 24. So I'm not closer to 30. I was definitely an adult, but I was playing a teenager.
Well,
I mean, hence I was playing a teenager.
you were cast well.
I was. But yeah, that's my parties. So I think we
These
should
are
have I like your
amazing.
idea. We're going to have a What Women Binge party.
Yes.
I don't know if we make it a Gatsby party or just make it like a really girly party and just invite girlies. Maybe we invite some listeners. What do you think?
I think that would be awesome.
Well,
We've been looking for excuses to finally meet our listeners, so that could do it.
Yeah, I think we should do that. We also need to do a questions. One of the things we can do during this unfortunate strike, is
Is that David Lasher again? No, who's that?
no, that's my boyfriend.
Oh, who's that?
You don't want to know.
Okay, never mind.
Let's not talk about.
He looks familiar.
He's otherwise known. Well, you might have known some stuff he did, but he was known by my family as Weenie. That's all
This
you need to know.
house is gorgeous.
That was my first house.
Is this the
You
one
can
that was
see it
on
in
Cribs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You can see it in Cribs. There's a whole tour on Cribs, which I'm sure now is on
I'm going to
YouTube.
go watch it now.
But, we did ask for some fan questions. Do we have time for that? I don't think we do.
Not for this one. We can do them next week.
All right, we'll do it next week. We'll do some questions.
That way, if anybody has any more, they can send them in.
Oh, and we've got to do our season 8 questions too. We've got to come up. Okay, so everybody, come up with your season 8 questions for our guests. So we're going to probably have mostly athletes and
if
musicians.
you ask us about
and influencers.
movies, only I can answer.
Yes.
But I'll say, in my opinion, Melissa's opinion is...
When Melissa was on that TV show about a girl who flew on a vacuum, she thought that...
flew on a vacuum.
Can't say broom because that's not accurate.
And we'll scan in some of our favorites from the...
Yeah, we'll put some of these photos in. And maybe we should have some kind of a fan...
Let's do it.
party.
I hear there's like...
Even if it's virtual or
I've heard
live.
whisperings of cruise life. Nothing is solid yet, but we'll
There's
let
so
you
many
know.
cruises going on. Right?
I would like
There's
to
so
do
many
it.
fan cruises. Should we do a witchy fan cruise? Or a What Women Binge fan cruise?
I mean, it's all kind of the same.
It's kind of all the same. We can have our guests on from What Women Binge, which are all my co-stars for over the
I am
years.
always down for an excuse to vacation. So
I was
y'all
trying
want to come with us? Great.
I want to know how to tie my work into my vacation.
Get paid to vacation?
That's
yes,
my
please.
goal in life. Why not?
You're great at that so far.
I know I am because I did a movie in Rome, did a movie in Australia,
All the places.
done movies all
We
over
could
the
just
world.
podcast all over the
Did a
world.
movie in Wales. Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my God, let's podcast all over the world.
I'm here for it.
I would love it.
More on this next week.
We'll get on the cruise and we'll go to different cities. So if you're in a coastal town, we'll come to you.
That sounds
If you're in
excellent.
Croatia or Sicily or
Yes.
or Lisbon. Well, is Lisbon on the coast? We'll go to Algarve. Where
I
we'll
don't know.
go.
Anywhere on the Mediterranean, really, I'm cool.
Yeah, Nice. Right? We'll go to like one of the Greek islands and I like this. Let's get the brain on it. Get this planned.
He's not in my ear today. I don't know if
No.
you've noticed.
Meanwhile, we should just plan a party. I kind of am liking I want
Let's
to
do
a
it.
binge party. Even if we just do it in here.
Y'all need to
You and me and
comment
some
on
gin.
this one.
And a bunch of people on Instagram Live.
Oh my gosh.
And we make everybody drink. There'll be a drinking game. Every time we say something, they have to drink.
The bathtub full of gin is just
Yes, it's just for us though. And everyone
sponsored
can
by
partake
Where You
at
At
home.
Hendrix, Where You At Empress.
Yeah, botanist. Somebody help us out. Aviation. We'll get Ryan Reynolds in here to help us out with some gin representation.
When we were first starting out, this is completely off topic, sort of. When this podcast was first starting, and I turned Melissa into a gin drinker, we both were like, we need Hendrix up in here. And they had this game chair. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
And we were just dying to get one for the set.
yes.
I wonder what
Our
happened
Hendrix
to that thing.
chair. I do love me a gin.
Me too. Anyway,
Yeah, Tuja and Melissa last night went out with with Jason Priestley actually,
oh yeah?
and I had a hangover from my 2 gins last night for some reason. Must have been overserved, but I'm okay with that because all I had to do is come here and eat gummies. So it's been fun.
I've been overserved in sugar today.
Yeah,
It's really done wonders for the dopamine that I was lacking though. So
well, this has been fun.
it's the best
We'll post
always.
some pictures and stick around. We'll surprise you with what next week is because we don't know yet.
Thanks, Strike.